It's War Dragon time, RPW here, excited to announce our new Atlas Explorer series. Now, yes, we're going to be going through Atlas, and I want to teach you as much as I know as I learn it. So that means RPW is not very spun up on Atlas. So I'm going to teach you what I learn as I learn it. That does not mean I can answer a million questions because I am in the same boat as you. However, I promise that I will be studying very diligently to really get to know what Atlas is all about and to try to bring that content to you in a very easy to digest kind of way. So be sure to stick around. I'm not for sure which day this will start, but I do know it's going to take a lot of extensive putting together of different materials so that I can put these on these videos, as these are going to be a new series. Let's go ahead and today go over a few things that I have already learned that might be able to help you guys out. And I hope that this is something to hold you guys over until this series begins. And I really hope that you guys enjoy the series. Okay, so let's jump on into Atlas. The first thing I want to point out is, yes, this is a huge map with a lot of information, but you're not going to utilize the entire map. You're going to be working in small sections at a time. So try not to become overwhelmed by all the information that's in here. Now, the first thing I want to go over with you guys today is that you need, especially if you're just getting in here, you need to listen to what your leadership is putting out there. A lot of leadership is probably telling you guys, slow your roll, don't be attacking other, castles and so forth, because you're just going to lose a bunch of resources. So right now, the big thing you need to be doing is looking up information on Atlas, building your troops, and of course, getting to know how the map works and all the features within this. So let's go ahead and go through the map's features so that you guys can best get around and know how to navigate the Atlas screen. Okay, so the first thing we want to go to is on the bottom left. This is where you're going to find your Patriarch and your troops. And you're going to be able to get in there by clicking this little thing to the left, which pops up there. And this is where you're going to be able to see your Primarch, and you're going to be able to go over and see your troops by clicking on the troops button. Now we'll go into detail as to what all of this means. Right now, we're just wanting to look at the basics of everything, okay? How you get around. So the next thing we want to notice on the right hand of the screen, right in the center, is an arrow that's going to bring out a box. Inside this box, you're going to be able to find submenus with quests, ledgers, and so forth. Let's jump into quests first. Now, this is a great place to start because if you remember when we played War Dragons, in the very beginning, it would give us quests, and these quests would actually teach us. Now, bookmarks and teams information is also going to be found in here, as well as many other things. Now, I would be careful bookmarking or targeting any kind of castles at this moment. Then, of course, we have the other section where you're going to be able to see your assets, battles, team battles, contributions, top teams, and then you're also going to be able to get to your game settings from in here as well. And then last but not least, your missions. Now, the writer's missions are going to be important because you're not only going to be able to get some goodies, but it's also going to put some training out there, I believe, for your writers. And last but not least, we also have your alliances. Now, on the left-hand side here, we have a feature that is very familiar. This is an event feature. Now, if you'll see it right here on the left, I'll put a little hand here. If you click on this, it's going to open up a very familiarized thing for you guys, which is events. They have chests in here, and then of course you've got to do things in order to get points and so forth, just like in your normal regular seasonal events. So I'm going to do my best to learn as much information as I can, as I said, and I'm hoping tomorrow to bring you guys another video, another short video that you guys can digest easily, and we're going to talk about all the terms and what they mean within the Atlas. So that's going to be what the Primarchs are and what your troops are and what they do and so forth. Now, I'll also probably talk a little bit about your first steps with Atlas. So if you're in Atlas right now, just remember it's not a race. You don't have to be in first place right off the bat. So take your time and learn and indulge yourself and try to just understand the way to get around. And while you're waiting, go ahead and build those troops, because those will be super important for when we start taking over places like castles. It's very important that your entire team works together to build as many troops as they can, because you're going to need millions in order to really hold off anybody from taking your castle. Now, you don't want to offend any other teams as well, so please try your best not to attack any of the other towers out there, or I should say castles, within anybody else's realm. If you must, which I don't suggest you do right now, but if you must go out and do any attacks, I suggest that you do what they call the no man's land. This is going to be found in the dark red sections. These are not owned by anyone, and you can go in there and attack others. This is also a place where people will go park specific patriarchs, or whatever you want to call them, to gain XP for those. So if you must do anything as attack-wise, be sure to stick with these zones for now. Try not to go out there and attack any land that is owned by someone else. Now, we will go over this a little bit more later because I do need to gather some more information, and I don't really have time to go into too much detail because, well, my work starts in 30 minutes. So as you can imagine, this has been a rush. But I hope that this gives you guys a nice little bit of a taste of where you can begin. Now, there is some information out there for you guys that you can go check out, so let's go ahead and show you. Okay, so on wardragons.info, there is a really cool Atlas expansion basic guide, and this is done by a player called Dutch Burnja. Okay, Burnja, whatever, Dutch Burnja. And he has a very cool basic guide in here that you guys can check out. Now, I suggest you guys definitely go through and read all this information. I have yet to finish reading this myself. I plan to go through that tonight. When you do, make sure you really pay attention, read it, go back and look at it in the actual base itself or within the Atlas map so that you can better understand it. Now, I know that this is going to be a lot of information to take in, but just go in and get yourself familiarized, and then whenever I come through and give you guys information, then you will be able to put the two together. So it's best to have a visual idea before someone tells you. All right, guys, that is one place. Another place is War Dragon Geeks. They have a really cool stuff over there I had seen on wardragongeeks.com. I believe that's right, wardragongeeks.com. Oh, anyway, War Dragon Geeks has some really cool stuff over there, especially for the beginner player. And I know right now Odin is doing a lot of really extensive video on Atlas, particularly for beginner level players. So until then, you can also go and see what he has going on. And I actually have a few people that don't do like videos or anything like that, but they're reaching out and giving me information regularly. So be sure to check back with me tomorrow, and we will go over the first bits of what I've learned, and we will go through this together. So guys, you're not alone. We will get this, I assure you. All right, until tomorrow, if you guys like this video, don't forget to, of course, leave me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Besides, I might come live soon. All right, guys, happy hunting and good luck.